He rolls out of bed, looks down to his basement, and unloads his brain in under 10 minutes. Justin is awake. Oh, yes. So, this is the pilot for this thing. If this thing continues to be a thing, or is ever a thing to begin with, it will be a thing, and a thing is what it will be. And that's where the drums stop, right there. So what is this? This is an idea I had. If you're in this feed on this podcast, you probably have heard my voice at some point before. The show, of course, is Sushi Jackknife, and that's the show, but I had this idea of like something interstitial, something that could be in between the regular show and, if there's a, midweek kind of thing happening. And this popped into my head, and the idea, now I'm already being disingenuous with you, fair listener, but the idea was to wake up, walk downstairs to the basement. Maybe there's a cup of coffee that comes my way on the way. I don't know. It could be a mystical cup of coffee that sort of appears on my way down. I have a system. I have a group of elves that are here to help me at all times. And so I would come down to the basement and I would just sort of talk about whatever came to mind for a short period of time, about 10 minutes, because I am self-indulgent. But, there's a time limit to my self-indulgence. Eventually it runs down. And I even get tired of hearing the sound of my own voice, which is already happening right now. So now I'm doubting the 10 minutes a little bit, but we'll see what happens. I could recount dreams for this. I could tell you my innermost clock workings, my tinkerings. Anyway, we'll see what happens. And I haven't really talked to Nathan about this. So if you're a regular listener to the show, he'll probably have no reaction whatsoever. I can't imagine him having any sort of visceral reaction to it. It could happen, but I don't know. So what's going on in the world? It's I think it's a sunny week if you're anywhere in the South with pretty moderate temperatures for this time of year. And I think it's going to be a beautiful day. Today would be Friday. Well, I'm recording this Thursday night, and I don't know that I'm going to post it on Friday, so who knows? Anyway, if it is Friday, I'm heading to Memphis today, Tennessee. Of course, I'm in Nashville. Memphis, if you don't know, is about 3 hours west of Nashville as the crow flies, the soul, blues, rock, and roll crow flies. I say that because Memphis really is the home of all of those various musics in a lot of ways. And there's other places that can lay claim to those things as well, but Memphis is kind of a center for a lot. I'm looking forward to going tomorrow to the famous Sun Studio, of course, where Elvis first recorded, and Carl Perkins and Jerry Lee Lewis and Johnny Cash and at one point Roy Orbison and all sorts of people recorded there. I'm looking forward to going there again. We made good friends with some of the people that work there. Also definitely going to the Stax Museum, another amazing Memphis location. This great studio that, first, Otis Redding recorded there, Rufus Thomas, Booker T and the MGs were the house band, for God's sakes. So much incredible music. I mean, that's only the tip of the iceberg. The Staple Singers, good Lord. The list goes on and on. It's a place that I admire so much because it's really the product of just ingenuity and teamwork and passion of a relatively small group of people, and it became so much. Stax in a lot of ways was sort of a symbol in the 60s of black people and white people working together in really intimate ways. I mean, look at Booker T and the MGs, 2 black guys, 2 white guys, amazing music. So yeah, looking forward to going to all those places tomorrow and probably eating some amazing fried chicken, probably having some barbecue. It's going to be a meat holiday for me, for sure. Mark it down. Because why go to Memphis and not eat the pigs and the chickens, you know? I mean, I actually have really strong feelings about vegetarianism most of the time. Like, I feel like it's a thing that I need to stick to. And I've been trying since 2009 at this point, but, you know, I do take holidays. I was inspired by George Harrison. I read a book about George Harrison around that time, 2009, and in the book, he talks about, or the interviewer talks about, or the writer rather, talks about George's vegetarianism and how one time he went, you know, he's very spiritual man. But he goes to a Thanksgiving thing with some friends, and everyone sits down and has turkey, and he says, you know, I don't want to like dishonor these people and their gift to me by not eating the turkey, so he eats the turkey. You know, so my equivalent to that is I eat the pork now and then. So yeah, that's going to happen, and hopefully, and it'll be a nice, safe trip. Memphis is a great city. You know, Nashville is great, but you know, Nashville has this sheen about it, and Memphis does not have that. Memphis is a little rawer, a little realer, some people would say, and I'm probably one of those people. So I'm really super, super looking forward to it. I go at least once a year. I'd like to go more, but you'll probably hear more about that eventually. Hope things are good in all of your various worlds. And, you know, I'm sure we'll be back with a rollicking episode sometime this week as well. If you listened to Sushi Jackknife this week, you heard the voice of my toddler, which was really, really fun, if not a bit disorganized. And I don't know. I'm sure that's going to happen again. You know, we're doing all of this sort of in the midst of life. You know, Nathan has a very young child as well, a newborn as well, and I have a 2.5-year-old. And so, you know, you have to do these things, right? Guys, you have to do these things. You have to live your life. You have to do the things you like. And it's great when your kids, you know, kind of interact with the things that you do and the things you're passionate about. It's really a great thing. And well, this took more of a serious note than I thought it would. But hey, I haven't had that much booze. But no, it's true. And, you know, having him down here was like just sort of so refreshing and so unpredictable. I mean, we're improvising the show in many ways. I mean, we don't really pre-prepare anything. Maybe one of us will bring some stuff we want to talk about, or maybe an idea for a game or something, but we don't really pre-prepare at all for the show. And that's sort of the danger. And you know, sometimes it works out really well, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, you know, it sort of depends on where our energy levels are. But, you know, having him on this week was kind of like one of those things of, yeah, all right, this is cool. We're doing this, you know. And I'm looking, it's funny that I'm looking at this right now. I am in the basement. At least that part is true. I am being fair and honest in one thing. I am in the basement, though it is nighttime. And I guess you could say I am unloading my brain in under 10 minutes. So yeah, it's, I'm looking at this guitar, this toy Tyco, Tyco guitar, the Hot Licks, Lixx electric guitar toy from the 80s that I still have, that still works, and actually works in sort of fun and surprising and noisy ways. I loved this toy as a kid. It was one of my favorite toys. Probably has something to do with how I'm a musician now. And my son loves this toy too. And I had it from him down here in the basement. See you another morning soon. I'm sure I'll come up with a better sign off than that. But for now, just get out there and have a hell of a day. Good day.
Drugz.